Jackie, tell me. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know
Tell
if
me.
Sai Swarup is able. He's not well, it seems,
I
uncle.
know, I know.
So
I got a message from him that he's
No,
not well.
yeah, I'll try to briefly present the summary alone, uncle.
Why, man? We will take rest days, eh?
No, uncle.
yeah,
It's just like one slide only, uncle. I think we didn't cover much last week, so I'll
Hmm.
just summarize it shortly.
Okay, okay, okay.
We looked at the almost the end of the Ayodhya Kanda part, uncle. So you mentioned how Kaikeyi saved Dashratha in war. So he fell for her physical beauty and strong will and all. She's such a bold lady that she even defeated the enemies and she saved Dashratha in the war. So then Dasharatha gives a boon, like ask for whatever you want. Then he even says take two boons and all those things. Then later on, all this is forgotten, and how even Kaikeyi is also very fond of Lord Rama. And then she is also she's very happy about his coronation. But later on, Manthara brainwashes and she poisons Kaikeyi basically, and then she remains Kaikeyi of uh, the promise that Dashratha gave to her father King Kaika, and then that's how Kaikeyi becomes very evil-minded after that, and then how again when Lord Rama is informed about how he has to go to the forest instead of being coronated, he is still equanimous in both his good fortune and like supposedly good fortune and banishment also. So then. Uncle, you mentioned about why Lakshmana had to accompany Rama, even though he had to he had no need to like follow Lord Rama, but Lord Rama felt that while Lakshmana is still in Ayodhya, they would have a problem between Bharata and Lakshmana. They would have a misunderstanding and they would have a fight. So in order to avoid that, Lord Rama accompanied Lakshmana to the forest. He asked Lakshmana to accompany him. Then how we looked at how Kaike is very strict when it comes to Lord Rama leaving the palace, Lord Rama and Sita leaving the palace. So she asked for all the princely attire to be given back to him, to the kingdom, and she asked Lord Rama to leave in a forest kind of dress. And then how even when Dasharatha gets very emotional and he says to Kaikeyi that you are not my wife and Bharata is not my son, etc. And then he laments very much. And then when Bharata comes back from his his the mother's kingdom, he is very upset at his mother, and he is very sad, and he's not at all interested in leaving Lord Rama and getting coronated. Then we also looked at how Lord Rama misleads the people who are following them into the forest, the public people, by using the Sumantu's chariot, the minister's chariot, basically. And then we looked at how Guha was the one who crossed Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita across the Ganges. And he did not actually row the boat, and he was just praying to Lord Rama, and the boat moved on its own. And then we looked at, I think we concluded with how Bharata returned to the kingdom and how he gets to know everything, and he's very angry at his mother. And then he takes everyone and he goes to the forest to bring back Rama. And I think we ended at that point. Sai Ram.
Anyway, a lot of points have been missed here.
Yes.
Let us see. Ramayana, everybody know. See, Ramayana and Mahabharata, these two are known as itihasas. Itihasa means it just happened like that. It was happened like that. So that means it is as it is. There is no question of adding anything or subtracting anything. Whatever that happened, it happened. Itihasa means it is true. So in this, but then why did he give these two to all the Vedic culture people? Mean every character must be analyzed in everything, right, including Mahabharata and Ramayana. You must analyze the character. Then only you know you can frame yourself. You can avoid all those bad things. You can always observe good things. So you must observe and see the character, everything. Now, for example, see, let us talk with this mantra. She was a hunchback. I think I told you about it. She's a hunchback. She could not get married, so she decided to spend her time. And she was elder, very much elder. to Kaikeyi. So she was serving as a dasi, as a servant maid to Kaikeyi. So she was so much attached, she came along with this thing. So what happened here with the Kaikeyi, when if Bharata becomes the king, as Rama becomes the king, then Bharata has no value, and Dasaratha will go to the forest. When Jatana goes to the forest for a retired life, he will ask Kaikeyi to come. If Kaikeyi has to go because the father, because the husband, when they go, the Bharata, what happened to Bharata? Bharata is unknown to anybody. So your son is going to be banished. He may even be banished. So she gets poisoned in her mind. That's why you do it. Now let us analyze each every character when Rama left that you should know. Now, for example, Sumantra, who is minister of Dasaratha, argues with the Kaikeyi. Why should you send these people a forest? What is the mistake? Then he said there is one Asmanaja. There is a king in Ayodhya before, about forefathers. He also went to Ayodhya. He was banished from the king from Ayodhya to go to the forest. So he went to the forest. He gives example. Then he says, that man did mistakes. He committed a lot of mistakes. He came to know that his death, somebody is going to kill him in Ayodhya. So he wanted to kill all the children, put all the children in the Sarayu river. So therefore, because of that, he was banished from the king. So but here, why should Rama be banished? What is the mistake that he has committed? Sumantra argues with Kaikeyi to see he did not. I said, it is the boon. I have every right to ask for it. The boon has been given to me. 2 boons have been given to me. I have a right to ask. There's no question of that. I should not ask it here. I should not have asked something else. No, I can ask whenever I wanted. So I wanted. Now I asked for it. So Sumatra could not talk anything. Next comes to Vashishta. Vashishta argues. See, I am the Mata Guru, Kula Guru, and I am telling you, you should follow. No, you see, you please keep all your so-called gnani to yourself. This is between husband and wife quarrel. You need not have to interfere. She was so firm in arguing Vashishta was generally everybody struck the feet of the Vashishta. And this man says, you being the great personality, how can you interfere between an arrangement between husband and wife? This is arrangement between husband and wife. He gave the boon, I asked for boon, he give it, he's following it. It's a family matter. You should not interfere. So he goes away like that. So if you keep now comes here, next comes when Rama, Lakshmana, Sita, they go to Kausalya. Rama and Lakshmana go to Kausalya where Sita was there. In those days, when the husband was there, the wife lives with the husband in his room. When the husband goes for his work, the wife goes to the mother-in-law's place. See the difference between mother-in-law. See the relationship between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law there. They're always together when husband is not there. When husband comes, then she goes back to her husband's place. See Kali Yuga and see Treta Yuga, how the husband, mother-in-law and daughter-in-law lives. Now that is number one. So then what happened? When Sita happened to see these people, and Kausalya was a little upset to see, why are you doing? Then that is what I want. Then after Rama's left, the Kausalya comes to Dasaratha. Are you happy that you sent your son? And I'm proud of my son because he followed father's advice. So therefore, I'm proud of my son. He says. Then this Dasaratha cries, I made a mistake. What mistake did you do? Then he explains. See, I am known as, he was an expert in archery, Dasaratha. He can send an archery, he can shoot any item, any particular item without even seeing it, but listening to the sound. He is known as Sabda Vedi. Sabda means sound, Vedi means an expert in. So one day he went to when you were young, even before got married, he went to a forest for hunting, and there he heard a sound as if an animal drinking water in the river. So by the sound, he shot an arrow that went to a boy who was there taking water for their parents to drink. So he went there to see the animal, but he saw the boy. Then he said, my dear, who is you? You look like a king. You are killing me. See, my father and mother are they're drinking water. Please take the water to them. And he died. He did not know what to do. They found out where these two are. He went there. They're blind people. Both father and mother, they're blind people. And they were, what comes to, oh, my son, have you come? Come. And he says, no, sir. No, he introduced Maharshi. I am Dasaratha, the king of so and so. By mistake, I shot your son, and the son was killed. So I brought the water. So they were agitated. These two, both elderly people. He is the only one who could listen, who could look after us. We are blind. He was able to look after us. Now, if he died, who is going to look after us? Nobody is going to look after us. So therefore, better that we also die. One request, Dasaratha, see, my son, and we two, three, you do all the cremation, and then they both die. So Dasaratha, at the same time, he gives us a curse there, just because my son has left, so we die. Similarly, a time will come when your son will leave and you will have to die. He explained this to Kausalya. He said, I did it before marriage. I did not know. No, I did not take, I forgot about it. The only I realized why Rama went, why I am dying like this. He explains like this to Kausalya. Kausalya, it's all right, you made a mistake. See, that is the reason why people just, when you become an expert in a particular item, archery, you should not show. You should verify yourself before you shoot an arrow. According to Kausalya advises, you should not have done that. You should have verified before you shoot an arrow. You made a mistake because you wanted to show that you are capable of doing it. So that means, what is it we learn out of it? Anyone who has got certain powers in you, God has given certain power, we should not misuse it. We should know whether we can do it or not. Analyze power of description God has given to you. Analyze the power of description. Now Rama could have said no, but he followed because Satya. He wanted to follow Satya. He is embodiment of Satya and Dharma. So he wanted to follow whatever the father says. Elders. See, this is what we learn today. Sons have to listen to their parents. I don't know how long they listen to the parents. Because this is what the children should know now, how to respect parents, how to listen to the parents' words. Now what happened? Sita goes along with Rama. Now Lakshmana, they went to Sumitra. Sumitra is the mother of Lakshmana. And Lakshmana, he said, I just Swarup explained why Lakshmana had to go along with Lakshmana. Why Rama wanted Lakshmana also to come, because he may not get along well with Bharata. Well, so there is. But here, Sumitra says, see, he calls his son, son, God has given you an opportunity to serve the God himself. So you have to serve it. This is Sumitra advises. Now Sumitra, Rama, this man's wife, this is name, Lakshmana's wife is known as Urmila. Urmila is a painter. She's an artist. When Rama, Lakshmana, Sita comes there to Samudra's place with sannyasi's dress, she paints. She saw that people, and she said, she told them. She tells Rama, she tells Lakshmana, Sita. Even if you go to the forest, I saw you. I remember your scene. I'm going to paint it. I'm going to live with the paint till then, till you come back. Look at her way of living, where God is not at place. That is Urmila. Now Mandavi comes to know that Rama is left. Then she decides, when Bharata comes, I'm going to tell him not to be with me. Away. Go away. Don't be with me till Rama comes. She decided to say that to Bharata. Bharata has not yet come. So every character, now next comes to the Sudakirti, the wife of Shatrugna. He also says, though we are here, please do not come to my palace. The palace means to the Hara chamber till Rama comes back. Look at the way each woman, look at their amount of chastity, their power of chastity, Pativrata Lakshanam, how much do they have? Those days, that was the character that we should learn in Ramayana. Every character we have to respect the way in which they did it. Now, See, Dasharatha tells the truth that he killed his son by accidentally. If somebody else would have done something else, I don't know where your son is, here is your water, and you should have water, you are gone. But the trouble is, first of all, killing one mistake, sin, and telling lies to the parents, another sin, you'll have a double. But here, at least he tells the truth to them. Only thing is that he killed his son accidentally. So these are the characters. Each character in Ramayana, we have to understand why this Valmiki writes like this, because in Kali Yuga, people are and Ramayana Mahabharata is going to be itihasas as long as India exists. So therefore, people should follow also. So then this Sumitra, I told Sumitra tells please go like this. So Kausalya got gave permission. Sumitra gave permission and went to the Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi, yes, she was so adamant. You're still here. No, I came here to take the respect, to take your blessings and also the blessings of father. No, your father is not well. He says, you don't. You take my blessing. There is enough. He says, no mother. See, father is. I have to respect father. Okay. So he goes and touches the feet of the father. Similarly, Sita. Similarly, Lakshmana, and they come to Kaikeyi. So what does it indicate? The Kaikeyi, and then this what do you call this Dasharatha? When did he fix the marriage? When did he fix this coronation ceremony? Chaitra Masam. Chaitra Masam comes in April, I think. Chaitra Masam, Pushami Nakshatra. Oh, on that day, I owe the coronation. Pushami Nakshatram is Nakshatra of Saturn, Shani. And Bharata's Nakshatram is Pushami. Now, instead of, so naturally, Bharata becomes a king. See how nature become against for all your mistakes that you did. Nature also has to punish you. So made Dasharatha without knowing anything. You are so in a hurry to coronate Rama. Tomorrow itself we'll do it. Pushami Nakshatra, okay, do it. Without going through. Because he was so scared that there may be some opposition. One from Janaka, one from Kaika. These are the people they may agree. So he did not invite them for assembly. To talk about it. All these kings are all subordinate kings. There is a emperor is Ayodhya. Emperor is Ayodhya or subordinate king. Janaka should have come, Kaikai should have come. Nobody came. He did not invite them. So because he was feeling guilty. So this is the Dasharatha's character. So that means if you tell one particular lie and do not talk without analyzing. So this man, out of passion for Kaikeyi, and he's Kaika. He said, no, if you want my daughter, you can marry my daughter, provided you have when her son becomes the king. He said, okay. He said, yes, without analysis. Because if he was fall in love, he saw the beauty of a woman, he fell in love with her, and passion, he gave everything. So here you have to control your character, your brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means we think we are not married. It's not a question of family. If you're a householder, family, you should live 100% faithful to your wife. Put all you wanted to marry the second wife or third wife, you should have get the consent of the first wife, then you should have married. But Sumitra was married with the consent of Kausalya. But here in Kaikeyi, no consent was given by Kausalya or Sumitra. He just married. So that's another mistake that Dasharatha did. See, why I'm telling you in character, we have to be very, very careful in our behavior, daily behavior. The mind is so rattles you, makes you shaking. So you always keep the command under control. Learn to be silent. Rama never talks. He talks only when it is necessary. We should learn what Rama did. So this we should learn. Where all others are fighting, talking out of emotional, because everything they're losing the stability of mind. Because Rama is going, so everybody gets emotional. So this is what happened here in Lakshmana. Now, and the fifth day, Dasharatha dies. Till then, only on that day, the Kaikeyi comes to control. I should have made Bharata to come. She sent word to Bharata. Meanwhile, this body had to be kept in receptacle oil. There is a receptacle oil which was there. They kept immersed in the body so that the body does not get decomposed. Now they went matter when somebody went to Sumatra went to bring the Bharata and Shatrugna. Vasishtha advises, don't talk anything about what happened here. Bharata may get angry and he may do something else. He's a man of emotion. He's very short-tempered. So you don't tell anything. Say everything positive. Don't talk about negative. Rama did not. Don't say that Rama has gone forest and all. The father is alive. Everybody is alive. He said. So this man went. Sumatra went to inform to Kaikeyi. First thing Bharata asked, how is Rama? They're fine. Then father, fine. Mother, fine. Kausalya mother, fine. Everybody fine. So Bharata was happy. Shatrugna was happy. Otherwise, they probably something would have gone there. He would have got angry, whatever it is. So they brought pacifying him. It took another 10 days, 5 days to go to Kaikeyi. From again 5 days back, Kaikeyi to Ayodhya. Ayodhya is in the eastern side of India, and Kaikeyi is Kashmir. So they had to go only by chariot. It took 5 days to reach and 5 days to come back. So on the 15th day, Bharata came and he saw the deserted look of the house. Nobody was there. And first he went to the Dasaratha's place to offer his blessings, to offer his, what do you call that, his gratitude to the father. Father is not there. And Simhasan, his coronation is waiting. Nobody is empty. Simhasan is empty. Then he went to my mother's place. Mother, what happened to father? The father is here. Lying. Why? Why? He says. Then okay, forget it. Where is Rama? Say, Rama has gone to forest along with Sita. Why? Why did they go? Then he slowly started explaining what happened. She wanted to convince Bharata. She wanted to convince Bharata that she made a very good thing in doing it. Because naturally, when we do a mistake here in life, when we are talking to somebody, we would like to talk as if we did the right thing. So similarly, she wanted to convince her own son that we did the right thing in the taking care of Bharata's interest in future. Then he only said, you made a fundamental mistake. You are as good as being dead. I am dead. You are doing. Then of course he got angry. Then when he asked his wife Mandavi says, you be separate. Don't come to my palace till Rama comes. Look at the character. Look at each woman's chastity, the Pativrata Bhakti. Be aloof. When Rama is not there, let us not be like this. Everybody, including Mandavi, Sudagirti, Mandavi, Urmila, they're all separated. They live like spinsters. They live like sannyasis. So that's why Bharata also agreed. He was also a man of determination because Pushabi Nakshatra is a strong-minded man. He's a strong-minded man. He said, no, I'll also live separately. So he went Dandanavanam. He came with some village. He stayed there. I also wear the same with this sannyasi dress. I will not be a crown. Then this is how you do. Each one is doing certain thing for the welfare of Rama. They wanted Rama to be safe. For the sake of Rama, they are satisfying. You know, otherwise the sin would have embraced the entire village, entire Ayodhya by sending Rama out. So therefore, Valmiki explains all these things to the how each character prayed for Rama. That's why when incarnation comes in the case of Krishna, in the case of Rama, when you come, we give our Sai. These three are real incarnations according to Swami. So according to our own estimation. So we have to simply follow what they say. We have to simply follow what these three say. We should not see our personalities, our pleasure. We must always see their, if whatever I do, does it harm, or does it hurt, or does it please? If it pleases Rama, it pleases Krishna, it pleases Sai, yes, we should do it. That's what we should learn. This is what we learned from Ramayana. Now let us. This is what happened in Ayodhya when Rama was in the forest. So Rama he went to that Guha. That area is called Nishada. He is the kingdom. He is the ruler of the Nishada kingdom. So that man, when he touched Rama's feet, he said, I want to wash your feet. Want to wash your feet? Yes, please do it. Then he says, I'm so fortunate. The only person who touched your feet is Janaka, father-in-law. Didn't they? Marriages, son-in-law, father-in-law had to wash the feet of the son-in-law, bridegroom. So I am the second person. I am so grateful. And he was enjoying. The presence of Rama's lotus feet. See, the lotus feet, why it is called a lotus feet, Rama's lotus feet, Swami's lotus feet, and also Krishna's lotus feet. Why we call it? Similarly, Jesus also. Why we call it? Because lotus feet means even though you put water on that lotus, water does not stay. It comes down. It becomes dry again. So similarly here, that is lotus. So lotus feet means whatever we go with all our sins, and we surrender with surrender to the Swami, and we touch the Swami's feet. Padasrayananta samasta chauram. So Lord says, I take away all your sins without your knowledge. That means you are stealing. Chauram means steal, rob, R-O-B. That's what Vyasa writes like that. But in the meaning, Valmiki also writes like that. Means he wanted to take your sins without your knowledge. See, look at the way the sacrifice the Lord makes it. Siradikaya Hridesya Chauram. For such people who are completely surrendered to me, and not only I purified them, I also give them place in my heart, he says. Then what happened to Lakshmi? Lakshmi, I kept them at my feet. For Charana Dasi, feet. But in the heart, I give to my devotees, he says. This is so. Nilankuta Shamala Kanti Chauram. That is, I always cover myself with Maya, with illusion. So naturally, you cannot see my reality, my real personality, unless you remove your Maya, your ignorance, your illusion. You must remove. Mayankuja Shamala Kanti Chauram. That is, then Suragra Ganyam Purushabram. I am the greatest among the greatest. So therefore, here what happened, Pada Namaskar, when Guha is doing this Pada Namaskar, he felt that he is purified, and he himself feels that he is this lost birth. That is the effect of Pada Namaskar. Then blindly, there is no question of doing it. Respect, go with respect, touch Swami's feet calmly, quietly. Hurry, if you do it, there is no value. Everything has to be explained correctly. When here now he is able to avoid the crowd, this Rama and Lakshmana and Sita. So they went to after the Ganges River. Nearby Ganges River, they have the Bharadwaja ashramas there. Bharadwaja means he's a very great, very celestial god. He's almost celestial rishi, sage. He can die whenever he wants to die. That is the power of Bharadwaja. So this particular he calls them, brings them here, and he stays here. See, Sita did not have any jewels. All the jewels are given there. I told you that when Brahmin came there and asked for it before they left, Rama gave everything to him. Whatever he had, he wore on his body. Sita also wrote and gave to his wife. So they're nothing. They're only Kashaya Rasam. The Lakshmana says, the Bharadwaja says, don't worry, you will be getting soon. He says, you expect Sita. But here only she only puts the tilak, this Bharadwaja's wife, tilak. Then he says, there's a place here. There's a place called Chitrakut, about 20 miles from here. 2 leagues, 10 leagues is a league. According to the Sanskrit, 2 miles. 20 miles they have to walk. Just imagine. They are just walk. And Valmiki, this Bharadwaja comes to it. On your way, you will also see Valmiki's ashram. Valmiki, one who wrote this Ramayana, his ashram also is there. You please get his blessings also. So every sannyasi in those days, they are no fake sannyasis. They are real sannyasis. Real one who experiences God in themselves and always blesses the right people and removes all their sins provided they surrender to him. So this is what it is. So therefore, You please go to Valmiki. So they after sometimes he said, then Rama says, please go, sir. Why don't you allow? We will go our way. Thank you very much for showing the way. And he asked grateful and he touched. Even though Rama is a king, is a embodiment of God, he touches the feet of uh, Bharadwaja, followed by Lakshmana, followed by Sita. What does it indicate to us? See, respect according to their gnani, according to their capacity. So we have to follow all those things. We have to follow. So this is what it is Rama teaches. Is the dharma of Satya and Dharma. Krishna, Satya and Prema, and Swami, Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, all the four. So anyway, then afterwards, when they are going towards Chitrakuta hill, there he finds Valmiki's ashram. Valmiki is alive. Valmiki was alive. And he says, he advises Rama, see, now you are in the north of Vindhya Parvatam. Vindhya mountains divides both south and north. This area is known as Vipradesa. Vipradesa means enlightened ones, Glanis. And when you go below south of Sandhya, that area is known as Dravida Desa. Dravida means though people are eligible to do devotional service, they are wanted bhakti, and here there is wisdom. In North India, wisdom, Gnani, Vipradesa. Vipra means enlightened one, civilized one. Dravida means he may be not educated, but he loves God. He got full faith in God. That is Dravida Desa. You go there, bless them, which is according to afterwards I will tell later. Then all right, he goes to the Chitrakuta. Then in the meanwhile, Bharata comes there. He wanted to somehow or other bring. See, look at his way of and Bharata is 15th day he comes, and Vasishtha tells you have to do the cremainum, this 11th day ceremony. You have to do it. 11th and 12th day ceremony. And so with this, Sumantra says, Dasharatha told his wife and his Bharata is no more my son. Vasishtha says, forget about it. He talked about emotional. He has to do it. Who has to do it now? Nobody else. Between Bharata and Shatrugna, Bharata is elder. Elder person has to do the crematorium. This cremation has been done on 11th day, 12th day. Then 13th day, they must go do charity. So both have to serve people. See, those days also here in our 11th day ceremony, you must have seen. 12th day we celebrate, we give a party. Your relations and friends you call 11th day after the function. 11th, what do you mean by 11th day? Till the 11th day, you are supposed to be a sannyasi. On the 11th day, you are in the temple. You have been brought from the temple by becoming a man of worldly nature. Then you give respect. You give dinner, lunch, or whatever it is for the people who are with you after the death of your father for the 10th day. Therefore, in after gratitude, you give a dinner party, lunch party. But Swami says that's all not good. Do we say they have no food because if you do not give them food, then Swami, it becomes a practice. You made a wrong practice. So what should you do? Give it to, see, first of all, your father, when you dies there the 11th day, only 11th day he is supposed to go to heaven. At that time, the gates in heaven, they ask, who are you, why did you come? Then he cannot talk, but they wanted to verify in the word whether he has done any good thing. So on the 11th day, when you people are both sons or whole his dynasty, serve people who are need of food and serve them with love. This is for my father. This is for my father. This is my father. The action, the result of your serving should go to father. That's what you should do. There is no question of giving a dinner party, lunch party in hotel or outside in the hotels and all. No, that's no good. That does not reach the soul of your father. So similarly here, Vasishtha tells this Bharata and Lakshmana, they serve everything. They served, they themselves served, say, please eat it and please bless us. They were, you know what they said? Dasarata is supposed to go to heaven according to the 11th day ceremony. These people, they prayed to those people, Rama should come back. We must bring back Rama to Ayodhya. Must bring back Rama to Ayodhya. That is the prayer. Vasishtha was laughing. What is this? 11th day ceremony, you are supposed to do it for your father. Yes, Rama is my father. Yes, Rama is my father. See, but nobody could argue Bharata because when Bharata become tough, nobody argue because there is his star is like that, Pushyami Nakshatra is like that. They kept. Then what to do? Then next over, ceremony is over, coronation. After 11th day, 12th day, 13th day, 15th day is the coronation day. He says, no, I do not want to bring, I do not want to sit in the throne. I want to bring Rama. Then only if we what to, till then let it be there in absence. You rule the mantra, you take care of everything, he says. Then I wanted to go. Then who has to come? Everybody has to come. Those who wanted to come, they can come. Otherwise, I go. He did not want to take Kausalya, this Kaikeyi, his own mother. Because see, how can you come? You committed a sin. This is the way to behave like this. He said. But she never expected that Bharata would do all such things. She thought Bharata is going to be a king, but he did not want to become a king. So the whole purpose is lost. Her plan is lost. Unnecessarily, she lost her because of the plan. She lost her husband, and she lost her son also. Son did not like her mother. So the boon which she got it, instead of going to do something good to her, something bad to her. She lost her husband. She lost her son. Then why should I leave? Kaikeyi said, why should I leave? Because my son, I'm being insulted by my own son in the presence of council, in the council of all other subordinate kings. So I am unfit to be in Ayodhya. She quotes that conclusion. Then what to do? And Bharata is going to bring Rama. So let me also go. But he does not want to go. She requests by Vasishtha, please allow me to come along with you to the tree. So Vasishtha advises Bharata, you come. He did not listen. No. Then only she goes to Kausalya. She touches the feet of Kausalya. Please request your Bharata to come. Then Kausalya and Sumitra says, my dear Bharata, we are not coming. Why, mother? Unless you take Kausalya. Then we have to yield. Even though he was a tough kid, Bharata was a tough kid, he had to yield. That's why he respected Kausalya much more than his own mother. See, each character you analyze how they behaved with everybody. See, this is how they behave like this. Then this man, then he comes. When he comes there, he asks Guha, where are they going? They got to Ganges. They went to Bharadwaja. So, Swami, where are they going? They got to Chitrakuta. So Bharata goes, and after the Ganges river crossing, there is a small river. I forgot the name of the river. That you cross that river, and when he saw Rama and he wanted to run. In the meanwhile, when they were coming about a mile away from Rama, Lakshmana was climbing a tree. He saw Bharata is coming with big convoy, 100 people following him. He thought Rama is he is going to come for a fight, battle. He says, Rama is coming, Bharata is coming like this. No, he comes here to talk to me, to please me. Don't have negative thing. Don't have negative attitude in life. Have positive. You come down, you see what happens. So when he comes, the first thing he wanted to run away and fell at the feet of Rama. The moment he ran, says, stop it. Brata means brother, younger brother. Stop it. Then he was surprised. Why he asked me to stop? Then he said, don't come. You have accused your own mother. Your mother might be 100% sinful activities, but your duty is to respect your mother. You have no business to accuse her, criticize her, and you have insulted her. No. She might be a sinner. She might have 100 mistakes. That is her lookout. Your duty is to respect your mother. Go and touch the foot of your mother and ask for pardon. Unless she excuses you, then only you should come. Other don't come to me. See, look at the way how Rama behaves there. Look at the Rama advises Bharata, and Bharata, because he got so much of respect of Rama, even though he was a tough kid, stuff, he will go listen to Rama. That means we must learn to listen to God always. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, is a different matter. You should follow. So he goes, he touches. When he touches the mother's feet, Mother, I made a mistake. Please forgive me. Or if you want to give me any punishment, I'm prepared to take it. So she said, no, you're excused. No, you're happy, you're happy. Then Rama comes. When Rama comes to Kausalya was there, Sumitra was there. He did not go to Kausalya, his own mother. He only went to Kaikeyi. Look at the way Rama's character, you must analyze. He went to Kaikeyi because he knew that Kaikeyi decided to commit suicide. So among the three, Sumitra and Kausalya and Kaikeyi, who wanted God's presence, Kaikeyi required because she decided to die. So he goes there and then, Mother, can I touch your feet? Kaikeyi, yes, she touched her feet. Then I have one request to make, he said. Yes. See, now I touch your feet, you blessed me. Then after I come back, after 14 years, I come back to Ayodhya. You should please give me Pada Namaskar once again. What does it indicate? He has to live till Rama comes to Ayodhya. See, the way in which Rama plays is drama. So this show it is. Then he talks to Kausalya, he talks to Sumitra, please take it. Then he understands what happened to father. This is what happened, this is what happened. Then Bharata had to do the job there. But here, what happened? Vashishta also was there. No, all the four were here. Lakshmana, Bharata, all the four, you should also do it. In the same river is there. They did this ceremony to the father. All the four. Now at least this is complete. Now Dasarath, his soul is happy, he says. Now Bharata, why did you come? You should have ruled the king, take care of the king, and we are there, don't worry, we'll be happy. Yes, I am taking care of it, that's why we are coming to take you. That argument goes. And Bharata, he's a man of argument. Pushabhi Nakshatram. And Rama is Punarosha Nakshatram. Punarosha Nakshatram owned by Guru. Pushabhi Nakshatram owned by Saturn. Saturn is element. And Punarosha Nakshatram full of wisdom. Look at the way of wisdom and Saturn, how they argue. Finally, the Saturn has to yield. Bharata has to yield. Then please give me at least some remembrance you give me, Pada Rakshas. That's what the story says. Now here what happened, I went to Swami. When I was discussing about Ramayana with Swami, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. my talk was with Swami every day for the discussions. For about 5-6 months I was there in his chamber. We used to sleep in the same room. Swami, why did Bharata ask for this slippers? First of all, he should not have asked. He wanted Rama to walk barefoot in the forest. Is it the way of? If I were to be in Bharata's place, I would not ask for it. Why should we make Rama walk? And he says he's a devotee of Rama, and he is making Rama to suffer like this. Then Swami says, no. I only made him to ask that question. Why, Swami? What is the fun you will give? What is the fun of walking in the forest without a slipper? No. Then he explains to me. It is not in Ramayana, according to Swami. There is a Madra Desa. South India was known as Madra Desa, Madra. So Madra Desa, there was a king called Satyavrata. That Satyavrata was a man of devotion as well as wisdom. He has got both. But all his people were all eating non-vegetarian, bali, narabali, pasubali, everything bali, even cow, slaughter, everything they're eating. So he did not know what to do. He was only praying for the Lord. You must change their habits. So one day, Swami became, when he was doing virtual rituals, he put a small live fish in his hand. Or there is a fish in there, he put it in the vessel, it became bigger. And like that, he finally looked at the sea, it became bigger than sea. Then he says, he prayed, Swami, what is all these things? Then he says, no, I only wanted to show you what my power is. I am so and so. And so then he says, please save me. My country is like this. My country is full of non-vegetarian people killing everybody. Please save them. And yes, that's why I have come here. Because of you, I have come here. Now I will take you from this shore You are in this shore, you will be also be contaminated soon. So I will take you. You always take you means not physically. Manasa bhajare guru charanam. That's what he teaches. Our God teaches to this Satyavrata. Manasa bhajare guru charanam. Dushtara bhavasagar taranam. They're all dushtas. People who are mother eating, killing everybody. They're all dushtas. I'm taking you to come away. You will be well protected. Manasa bhajare guru charanam. Think of me. I'll come. Then this Satyavrata, when he died, he becomes Ikshwaku. Must have told about Ikshwaku Vamsa, where there is Surya Vamsa. And Ikshwaku Vamsam, then Rama, the Swami tells me, see, Ikshwaku Vamsam, I am the 61st king of Rama. I came in their family, and I gave word to Mother Teresa king that I will take care of the children of his citizens. So I had to walk. I wanted to make the entire land to be purified. I purified that land, walked the entire thing from Ayodhya to Kanyakumari. I walked. I made the land purified. And after walking, again I came back by plane. I did not walk. Then what happened? All wars came. They talk about Rama. And Srirangam, Ramanacharya. Srirangam was there where I was there in the Dandakaranya during the war time, during rainy season. That Chaitra Masam, 4 months rain should be there. At the time I was staying in Srirangam place where Vibhishana came for surrender. That's why Srirangam became famous. Where I stayed, where Vibhishana surrender, only Raman. No, Swami, all in the movies, the dramas, everything they show in the seashore. That's all drama. Forget about it. He came to see Ram. God is Rama inside. He is not constructed. Seashore means what? Only Rama goes to seashore, only when construction is on. There's no construction. He was only waiting here. Because Chaturmasam, 4 months rain season, general people do not go in those days. So here he said Lakshmana came, Vibhishana came to all those things. So this is character. So this is what I asked Bharata to take slipper, my father Swami explains like this. Anyway, we talked this much, but now let us proceed. There are so many things, other things to add, because story everybody knows. I do not want to concentrate much on story. I want to concentrate the character of every person. See how many characters were involved in Ramayana and how much we should learn in every character. Woman, how much should learn. Man, how much should learn. That is called Ramayana. That's why Swami says Ramayana is Mahabharata is a politics. It's become politics between men. Here, this is a household. Ladies are given a role. Men are given roles. It's a household affair. So in every house there is Ramayana. In every house there is Ramayana. So that Ramayana, in every house there has to be a Rama. That Rama is yourself. You want to reach Rama, want to reach Ramayana and behave like Rama, then your house will be peaceful. So that's why Intinta Ramayana. That is in every house. In every house there is Ramayana. But only thing is Rama is lacking. So if you are the householder, you become Rama by yourself. That is the purpose of Ramayana, he says. Now Jagdish, listening or gone? Okay, who is listening? Nobody. Hey, Bhaskar, you are listening?
Yes, I am here, Uncle Sairam.
Who, Swarup?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, now I'll stop with this. We'll continue because the character, I told you today a lot of things about each every character. So this is what we should learn from Ramayana. Story we'll see later on. So we'll continue next Saturday, further. Still Ayodhya Kanda is there. Ayodhya not yet finished, mind you.
Okay.
Ayodhya Kanda is not yet finished. Because Bharata has to do a lot of things.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So Sai Ram to you. So shall I say Shanti?
Yes, Uncle.
Shanti. Sai Ram to you. Sai Ram to all of you.
Sairam.
Sai Ram to all of you. Sai Ram.
Sairam, sir. Sairam.
Sai Ram.
Sairam, TGK uncle.
Subramaniam, நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா? தெரியும் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கேன். Subramaniam, good.
Sairam, Jairaj.
Sairam,
Sairam, sir. Sairam, uncle.
Who? Gita. Who?
Bharadan.
Varadan, you are there. Good. Sairam to everybody. So Sairam,
In such a short
Okay.
period of time, you
Pardon?
have exposed all the jewels and pearls and all these great characteristics of Ramayana, Sri Rama and his brothers,
Now,
which I couldn't have unfathomed. I'm so grateful to you.
are you happy with that?
Super happy.
Super happy. Okay.
But
See, this is what
one thing
Ramayana.
is,
Tell me.
it has created a great duty boundedness, just like Bharata and Sri Rama.
Yes.
That those characteristics of these two jewels of Ramayana,
Mm.
I could never have unfathomed from all my readings from my childhood
Now.
at Sri Ramakrishna Mission,
Mm.
Vivekananda College,
Mm.
and many other places with